Hello guys, Diana with Dinah Simplifies here. I have a whole pile of stuff next to me that I've been working on decluttering for the past few days. Actually, I think I started this last Sunday, and today, the day I'm filming, is also Sunday, so it's been exactly a week since I've been pulling things out and getting ready to declutter things. One thing my husband was saying there was something in our walk-in closet he was looking for. It turned out he looked on Amazon and figured out he had bought it 2 years ago, and it was an extra, which meant he had used one of them last summer. So in other words, he thought he had an extra, but he used it up last year. So I went on a wild goose chase in there, and I thought, I worked on this closet I think in January or February, and the closet really looked good. It was very organized and really working pretty well for us. It wasn't perfect, not a perfect space, but working pretty well. I was like, wouldn't this thing just be sitting here? And it was not. But anyway, totally not my fault. So some of this was pulled out of that closet. Now, this is an old, very thin exercise mat. I got this years ago, I think like in the Target spot. I didn't pay much for it, but you can see it's also very thin. So I did just use it as an extra layer under an exercise mat. But yesterday I found one on an actual real one on clearance. So this one, I'm just gonna throw this one away. It looks like the cat chewed it, so can't imagine anybody wants it. Also very thin. So that is just gonna be thrown away. Just as a reminder, I know a lot of you recycle. We have very little recycling here. We have cardboard recycling. So before somebody leaves me a snarky comment, that's the only recycling, and I have to drive it there, which thankfully is right down the street, but it's not a long drive. But yeah, we don't really have recycling. This I pulled out of my collection. I bought this and I didn't really care for it, and I had an extra, so I'm just going to give this one away. So that's going to go over there to the food pantry. I'm going to give that away. I put a lot of stuff, I don't even take it anywhere. I just take it right there across the street to the food pantry. This is a book that my mom had given me. I used it for years, but now what I'm tending to do is about vitamins and supplements. Now what I tend to do is I just look it up online. If I'm looking for something, I'll just look online, or maybe somebody does a video about something and that'll alert me to a supplement. So I did use this a long time. My mom also has a copy of this, so if I needed to look at it for some reason, I know exactly where hers is. So I'm gonna go ahead and let someone else benefit from this because it's actually a really good book. So that will probably go, I'll probably try there first, and if it doesn't go, I'll probably take it to the library. Another book, it's a huge book of garden flowers, the complete encyclopedia. I bought this a long time ago. It's really, really nice. Again, if I'm gonna look for something like this, I'm just gonna look at it online. But I mean, as far as a picture book or information, if you wanted to use something like this, it's a great book. I did look at it some, but then it just sat in that closet. So I would like for somebody to actually be able to use it. So that came out of that closet when I was in there. This is one of those CD cases, and it's empty, and we haven't been using it in years. And it's just like this. So if somebody wanted to use a CD case, there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm gonna put that over there as well. This is a thing I got at Temu a long time ago, and I used it for a while, and then I just noticed I wasn't gravitating toward it, and it's for knives. You stick your knives through here to clean them, and it just got to where I would use it some, and most of the time I didn't. So it's a great idea if you can remember to use it. Otherwise, it's just sitting around. This came out of a box. These items came out of a box. This is a cute little Avon, a cutesy box, but I think I used to have it sitting around, but I used to sell Avon, so anyway, that was just a long time ago. This is just a little keychain. I don't need this. I'm gonna give that away. A little ladybug, really cute change purse. Just gonna give that away. This was all just in a box. I pulled this box out and I was like, what is all this stuff? This, I don't even know where I got this, really cute, but I just don't need it. I think it actually has some jewelry in there, but I took the little, spongy out. There's nothing in there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and part with that as well. These were a couple of rags that I'm just not using. I think I got this from my mother-in-law, and I thought, well, I would keep it because it was hers, but I don't really use, that's like a hot pad. I don't really use stuff like that. That I got on Temu, and I never liked it, so I'm getting rid of that. One of the few things on Temu, most of the stuff I got on there, I do like. I know some people say their stuff is so cheap. I actually enjoy the stuff I bought, but sometimes I do just use it for a time and then give it away, and that's fine too. I have no idea where this came from. looks like it's got 2 hangers on it, so I think you could hang it up, but it's not really my style. I don't know if somebody made it for me. I do not recall, but it was in a box, and so I'm just gonna put that over there. It's just some sort of decor, very cute. Yankee Candle, let me see. Yeah, Yankee Candle matches. I don't use matches, I use just lighters, so just because it's easier for me. I found a necklace in that box, just an inexpensive necklace. I'm gonna give that away. I found some crafting books. I'm sure my mom gave me these, but I don't even have children, so they've just been sitting in a box. Just old, if people like, I don't know who might like this, but just old vintage books, just, you know, neat stuff if you're really into vintage, or if you got young kids or young grandkids, but just nothing that I'm gonna be using. I may have used it some when I was doing VBSs and working with kids. I don't remember, honestly, but it's just got some neat stuff. I hope somebody will like it. I'm thinking I'm gonna take that to one of the library bookshelves because I think that might go better there. And this one also, I think this is a neat party book, and I love Betty Crocker. I got a Betty Crocker cookbook, so this is pretty awesome. Again, I'm not gonna be having parties for children because I don't even have any children, so I do wish I had some grandchildren. Wouldn't that be fun? I always wanted grandchildren. So really neat. I think it would be really awesome for somebody that likes this kind of stuff, or somebody looking for, you know, an old tiny book. I think it's just great quality. It looks brand new. I mean, the back's a little bit messed up, but I think this would be good for maybe for a library sale. I mean, I don't know. I found this when I was decluttering the kitchen. I asked my husband if it was his. He's like, neither one of us have a clue where it came from. So I said, do you need it? He said no. He's really good about letting go of stuff. I'm so thankful for him because he's not like upset with me that I'm decluttering the entire house. I've decluttered just about everything, and he's not upset about it at all. This is just a whole bunch of old construction paper, and most of it is super faded, so I'm just gonna throw it away. Everything that's in this bag right here is just gonna be thrown away. Our summer challenge, I'm in the Minimal Mom mentorship group, and the summer challenges, there's different levels, and I'm doing the bag a day level. So this was, you know, like one of my bags, a bag for one day. So that, let me put that over here because it's just gonna be trash. Anyway, I hate to get rid of just construction paper, but it's just so faded. I can't even imagine that I would use it, much less anyone else. So even if I was doing crafts, I would get brand new. So this looked better. This didn't look super faded, so I think I'm gonna, now we're doing thunderstorm watches. I guess that's why my husband ran out, and it's popping up on there. I guess that's why my husband ran out and started mowing, because he must have seen it pop up on his phone. And I looked at the radar, I was like, why is he out there mowing? Does he know something I don't know? So these all looked fine, so I'm gonna go ahead and give these away. This whole bag has to do with craft stuff, so this was another bag a day, but this has craft stuff that I'm actually going to give away. So I'm not really sure where to give it. The only place I really know to give it is just right across here at the food pantry. And I'm not really sure it wouldn't just, I'm not sure it would even get taken, but I don't really know honestly what to do with it. This is another thing I got from Temu. I probably used this for about a year, and then I had this is for your sink, because I would have water that would go back at the back, and I was constantly having to clean water, and then the water drips down like this. You just put it around the little, what am I trying to say, like the faucet. The only thing was I had to like get a clip and clip this, and then the clip rusted because it was wet all the time. And then like this it was getting rusty and stuff. I didn't want my faucet handle and all that to rust. So the other day I looked at this really closely, and I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna use this anymore. I'm just gonna clean the water from back there and just deal with it, because this was just kind of getting grody. So that wasn't working for me either. So this is a neat idea for me. I'm just done, like I said, I've used it for a year. I'm gonna go ahead and put that across there in case anybody, I might have to put a note on it where they even know what it is. This is an old chair pad. I've been cleaning this room still. This room, it still isn't where I want it. It's not as bad as it was. It wasn't horrible to start with. It's not as bad as it was. I'm still just like, oh, please, what is with this room? I know, it's like it just has a personality of its own. If you watch, I did a Dollar Tree video that almost no one watched, so you probably didn't. One of you may have watched it, maybe two. I mentioned that these were name brands that I got at Dollar Tree. These are the shampoo and a conditioner. I really, really like them. They're for curly hair. They made me itch so bad. I'm having this problem just out of nowhere, it seems like, where every shampoo I put on my head is making me itch. So these definitely are a problem. I'm trying to weed out what is the problem exactly. These two definitely a problem, but they're brand new. So I'm gonna put them across there. Nothing wrong with them, great shampoo, except they made me itch. But again, everything's making me itch, so I don't even think it's the shampoo. I think it is a me problem, an allergy of some sort. Let's see, I had another bag. This came out of my kitchen. Let's just see real quick. Ranger's having some problems with his liver. I'm not excited about that, but the vet told me to try this, and we're gonna, this is 30 days. We're gonna recheck him after he's taken this for about a month. So, but I don't need the box. So this is gonna go to cardboard recycling. Empty box. Another empty box. It's got my information, so let me just rip that off real quick. Another, this is my olopatadine. That's what my nasal spray. So empty box, I put that in the cardboard recycling. Another empty box. I'm checking my blood pressure, blood sugar a couple times a day. So I think is this my new one? I think the Premier was my new one. I've got another one that I think they do still make the strips for the old one, but then I didn't think the battery was working. Then it was cheaper just than to get you had to get like a watch battery, which was cheaper just to get a new machine. So I may just throw that whole machine out. I'm not sure. Anyway, but this is an empty box. I can take that to the recycling. We do not have glass recycling, which is unfortunate, but I'm just gonna, I had this thinking I might use it, and I've had it in one of my cabinets for probably 2 years. I think even one day I did need it, and it didn't occur to me I had this bottle and I used something else. So clearly I didn't need it that bad. So this, we don't have glass recycling, but I'm gonna put this over there in case somebody needs a glass jar, because somebody, you never know, somebody might need. And this was also a really nice glass jar. I'm gonna put that one over there as well. And then I had a whole bunch of these little ones. I am just gonna throw these away because they're just, I had a reason why I was keeping those, but I'm not keeping them anymore. And then this is another cardboard recycling. This was just almost empty, so I'm getting rid of that. And then that's all. So let's see, these will go over there, and then this to the recycling. Okay, so here's my trash pile over here. So we'll just do that. So let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, I found some books. I've gotten rid of a lot. Really, I've got rid of most of my books. I have a few right over here that are in a china cabinet. They're just sitting kind of on a shelf in this china cabinet. I found these. The last time I ran across these, I said I was going to use them. I'm not. These are going to go across here. A friend of mine gave me this cookbook. It's her family cookbook, but I just don't even do cookbooks. And I looked through it, and I'm like, you should keep it because she gave it to you, and she passed away, which is very sad. But I have memories of her that don't involve this cookbook. So I'm going to put the cookbook over there. A friend of mine wrote this book, and I've never read it. And he signed it to me. Blessings. He signed it to me. What year was this? Oh, it didn't even say. Let's see when it was it. Copyright 2011. That's probably about when I met him. I've never read it, so I'm going to give that away. Trapped in Hitler's Hell. I keep thinking I'm going to read that one. I've kept it and I've kept it. I don't think I'm going to read it, but it's pretty cool. So it's written by Anita Dittman with Jan Markell. I bought it and I don't know. This is Women of the Church. It's a nice old book. I hate getting rid of the older books, but I think I'm going to sell this. I'm going to send this to the library for the book sale if they want it, because they might, I don't know. And then this is a book of garden flowers. I forget why I have this, and it wasn't, let's see. I think it might have been from a family member, but honestly, it's a neat book. I mean, look at the old pictures, these all have pictures. But I've just never looked at it. I used to have it kind of sitting around because it was just pretty. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's a postcard that somebody wrote. 1 cent postcard. Whenever postcards were 1 cent. So anyway, I think this may be from a family member, but you know what? I'm parting with it. We're talking about possibly moving. It's going to be years in the future, years and years. But as I'm going through layers, I'm like, you know, if I move this book, this random book that I don't even know where it came from, it's not going with me. So I'm not going to move something hours away. You know what I mean? So we'll put that back in here real quick. It's not working with me. Okay, what else do we have? I pulled some more stuff out of my kitchen. I pulled all this stuff out of my kitchen yesterday. Let's see. No, this was out of this room, I think. I found a card from my sister. I hate to throw stuff like that away, but at some point you have to. This was the mowing that I put in my bathroom, and I'm actually thinking about getting a new one, so I definitely don't need it if I'm getting a new one. This is just expired trash, more trash, more trash. That will go to cardboard. Put that to cardboard recycling. This can go to cardboard recycling. Trash. Oh, this was in this room. I can't remember what I said, but this was this room. Okay. This was a case for something, I don't even know what, so it's going. I had some makeup brushes I didn't end up liking, so those are going. This spray is almost gone. I used it mostly up. That's gonna go. This was mostly used up. I don't even paint my fingernails. I found some keys. I'd already asked Spencer about these keys. He didn't seem to know what they were to. I don't know what they're to. I can get into everything I need to get into here at this house, so I don't know what these keys are for, but they don't seem to be super important, so I'm getting rid of those. And then something I bought, it had like a little card with it, and then another card, and another card, and another card. Okay, so all this is just trash. All right. And then I think this came out of the kitchen. I actually thought when we started this, I didn't think I would be able to do a bag a day. I think I've done more than one bag a day here. Okay, these came off the table. We got the Tennessee magazine, and then we've got the Shop Local magazine. This guy actually makes these brooms at his house. Isn't that cool? And this isn't that close to us, but yesterday I went to this place. It's about 30 minutes from here, and they sell his brooms there. It was like the weirdest thing. Like, I've never heard of this guy. My husband was reading this article. We were looking into it. We looked at it online, and then I ran across the actual brooms at a place where I was yesterday. It was very strange. So I'm just throwing those away. I had some kosher salt. I never used this up, and I'm not going to, so it's mostly empty, but I'm just going to get rid of that. I had some Sovereign Silver, and it was to the very end, and there's no reason to keep something when it was like at the very end. Red food coloring, I will never use that. That was probably for something special. Vaseline almost to the bottom. I don't need that. Turmeric liquid that never worked. Turmeric Ease is what it's called. I never noticed it working for anything. Freeze dried chives. I must have bought it for a recipe, but I don't recall ever using it. Maybe once. An old medication. This is a medication I got samples of. That's just the box. I'll just throw that in the cardboard recycling. This was at the end of that. I don't know why I'm keeping it because I had a whole new bottle, so there's no reason to keep it. This was Italian seasoning. I don't even know why it's in this because I have a whole bottle of Italian seasoning. So I found this and I was like, I'm going to get rid of that. I don't know why I have it. I think my mom gave me the poppy seeds. It tastes like nothing. She said, well, you can use this for whatever recipe. And I was like, you can't, it doesn't taste like anything. So, I mean, you can make it with a recipe. It doesn't taste. Okay, and this is the thing, my new toothbrush came in. I always give these away, and they always take it over there. So I'm just going to stick it over there. And then some medicine for sunshine. 100 years ago, I ended up not using it because the vet, when I took her, it was when she was super sick. When I took her to my vet, he was like, why would they give you that? I questioned that myself. It didn't, because it did not make sense. She was like, well, she needs this antibiotic, but she needs a very tiny amount of antibiotic. And he was like, why? And I was like, don't ask me. It didn't make any sense to me. They had to order a specific kind, and You know, my cat was dying, but she had to have a certain tiny, specific type of antibiotics. Like, that didn't make sense. It was so tiny that they don't prescribe it for anything, but my cat had to have it. Anyway, he saved her life without it, so that was not what she needed. Okay, so this is trash. So let me put that, oh, just ripped my hair. Let me put that to the side. Mila, you look so grumpy. Okay, this is stuff I also got out of my kitchen and laundry room. Let's see, a little bit was in the laundry room. I just used up some laundry products, so I threw them in here. So that was used up. Oh, it's got the it's weird, but the stuff from the trash can in it. Then the Snuggle, I just used that up. I'm trying to use up products. This was in the cabinet, it was empty. In the kitchen cabinet. This salt, I emptied that out and used it in something, and now it's empty. This liquid smoke I got for recipes, and I personally didn't care for it or think it was useful. And it's old, so I'm throwing that away. Oh, this Hyphenex, I think we've had this for 30 years. We've decided that we're never going to use this. I could have gotten rid of this 100 years ago because it has never been used, I don't think, since we got here. Okay, so that is trash. And it's sticky. Sticky trash. Okay. What else have we got here? Oh, this was from this room right here. Old roller, 2 different rollers for my vacuum. My vacuum's not even working, so that's trash. But it was an old one I was keeping in case I needed it. But the vacuum doesn't even work, so clearly I do not need it. More stuff from in this room right here. This is my spare room, if you're wondering what I'm pointing at. This pillow, I'm gonna put this stuff over there. This pillow that, I thought I had 2 or 3 of these. I'm not sure where maybe I already gave the other ones away. These bags, I would put jewelry in here when I was giving my jewelry away, but I don't have that much jewelry left. So I'm not keeping all these bags, so I'm just gonna put the bags over there. I had an extra one of these, I had like 2 of these, and I just don't, we used to have a pug, I'm not interested anymore. This I said I was gonna keep, and I still never used it. I got it from Temu, there's nothing wrong with it. I just decided not to do anything crafty. And this is just a picture that we bought a long time ago. We used to have a cat that this reminded us of. And I had this up for years and years in our den, and I'm just not using it. So just giving that away. Oh, another crafting. Oh, this is a thing, like it's got an alarm. It goes with my pepper spray, but I've never used. I feel like the pepper spray is good enough. Some people don't even listen to alarms from what I understand. I guess it might scare someone off. I don't know. People tend to not pay attention to alarms, so I just use my pepper spray. And then this is Creative Memories. I'm not using that. So we can just put all this back in here because it's just going across the way there. I'm ready to get all this stuff out of my entry hall because it's taking up the whole room. There's a whole bunch of, I think I've already talked about these, but these were already sitting here. I have a whole pile of I've got an old Bible, old Left Behind, some other books, some DVDs, another pile of DVDs. My husband has a box of stuff from his mom's that's sitting here. It's just like utensils for the kitchen. I'm not going to get into that because it's under a pile of stuff. There is an old record player over here that you can't see. And then I've got one other, I think this was just trash I got out of somewhere. I got this out of the closet when I was looking for that thing for Spencer. My old iPad box. Yeah, I just don't, there's nothing in there I need. And then I had to get new phones. This is my old phone box, so I don't need that. So I can just get rid of all that now. So yeah, I'm just ready to get all this into the trash can. Our trash can is pretty full from something Spencer's been working on. We have a picture that I've had up for a long time, and I'm just not going to use this anymore. So that picture's going to go. And that is pretty much it. That's the whole, let me pick this up. I can't remember if I ever showed this, but my other movies that I'm getting rid of, there's a game up there and there's some dental floss. My parents, when they go to the dentist, they give me their dental floss because they don't like it. Oh, and I never liked this. I thought I'd already decluttered it. but I still had it, and I just was looking through my kitchen and found that. So that's going as well. Yeah, so I think that that is everything. Thanks so much for being with me. Love you guys. Talk to you next time. Happy decluttering during the summer. I hope you're getting a lot done, and we'll talk to you next time.